And this guy's right. World have very good 4-time championship in kickboxing. So he's superior. He's superior with his leg work. So what am I going to do? Now, the one thing that from my advice and my experience is now these guys are very fast, very powerful leg work. If you don't know how to deal with him, so where's the problem? The problem usually is a natural reaction. So you try to dodge it. You try to, move back, right? Get away from his leg work, isn't it? That's where they got wrong. It's a natural reaction. Okay, so you try to move back, get out of it. But how far you can get? Well, sooner or later, you end up in a blinking wall, isn't it? True? And these guys, they're kicking bags, right? And even the Thai boxer, when I exchange cross-hand with Thai boxers and things, they actually kicking trees. The bone, it's so powerful if you don't have, thick bone calcium deposit. Because I heard about 2 sifu in Chinatown for all those time. They were crossing hand with the Thai boxer, and when they try to block it, hairline fracture. Because that's why you need calcium deposit. So there's another stages of training, of conditioning, right? We change qigong, 行气术, right, to build up, our, shall we say, the steel jackets. So at least in that split second, I can induce a lot of the endorphins. So what's the endorphin? The endorphin, the painkillers, the natural body painkiller. That's why I could put out my hand. You can kick me, punch me, or whatever you want to do. Okay, so I don't feel the pain. But when I'm going to go into you, you don't have the endorphin in you. You go down. So therefore, Qigong is also another very important topic in TaiJiQuan. Not just for self-healing. It's for self-defense. But a lot of people don't understand it. And that's why there's another big problem there. Okay, so my advice with you is when you're crossing hand with superior kickers, don't retreat. If you retreat, you make the worst scenario, worst choice. You move in, right? Because why? Because when you move in, you cut down his leg distance because he can kick you like just like a banana tree. It kicks the bag, so powerful. And you stood there, of course, that would be your disadvantage. But when he moved, you're charging in. So that's why you have to train the step work. Okay? So the step work, move in, you actually move in and cut down the distance between his leg. Okay, fine. I might walk into his kick. But then again, if it's a full length kick, right? If a full length kick here, if I stay here, I'll have the most powerful impact. But if the same kick here, if I stay here, right? Now I cut down half of it. Here, I will have the full impact of his kick. But when I'm here, now I cut down half of it. But at the end of the same time, because I move in, right? Don't forget there now, look at him. He's standing on one leg. Now remember that. He's standing on one leg. So from the 8 essences, cow is the bumping. You can do head bump, elbow bump, or shoulder bump. You just charge in and going in, right? Yeah, he'll fly. If I charge him like that, right, he'll fly. Don't you think? Because he's only standing on one leg. So these are the experience, you're trying to build up, isn't it? So I'm just going to share. So the same thing with TaiJiQuan. TaiJiQuan is, you don't just have the soft, external, internal, you need that as well. Because now when you train the Qigong, right, through the Qigong side, the TaiJiQuan side, right? So like I said, you induce a lot of endorphin. So you're not feeling the pain. So I'm moving in there because the TaiJiQuan, the internal, we really relax on our leg work. So we actually sink down. So the stability is very, very important. So we shift. So the pillar was shifting all the time. So girls, you can do it. You can do it. Just move in, right? So you bump him, he'll fly. And then you better run, isn't it? True? So at least to give you a last chance, you're not hopeless, because sometimes You feel, oh, what I'm going to do? I'm hopeless. No, internal training is flip it around and hopefully give you a chance. And once you, like I said, when I'm going to hit Nicholas on the inside of the knees, he'll obviously he'll immobilize him for a little while. So I better run. Okay, so these are, people misinterpreted it like in a kung fu film. Now, in reality, you give you a chance, get out. Okay, so again, misinterpretation of internal, soft against hard. Okay, why do I have to take it on hard? Might as well run. Okay, all right, sometimes you cannot run, all right, take it on. So by the time you make your counter attack, right, you score the point, the guy would bump off, then you run, you got the time. Okay, so all these are soft against hard principle, not now people go like flopping like this. Oh, okay, oh, okay, okay. Would it happen in a real situation? No. So if it's not happening in a real situation, then why bother training it? No, you tell me. Would it be fooling yourself, doing something that you don't know and fooling yourself to something that it doesn't work, and imagine you're going to work? So all these problems, you have to really be brave enough to embrace our problem, because once we find a problem, we might be able to find the answer. And when we got the answer, we'll be able to learn. Now, even when you learn, because it's only the mind, now this is body now. So you have to drill. So therefore, pair training and things are very important. Next picture, please. Yeah. So again, so this my school that times. So all my students got to do a lot of free sparring, pair training. Thank you. Next picture, please. Okay. Yeah. So even very young student can do that. Right now, you can see this. Every styles have it. It's just different name. Right, TaiJiQuan pushing hand, okay, yeah. Wing Chun called sticky hand, right, yeah. Shaolin called Roshou, a soft hand, okay. And I called it tempting hand, and somebody called it Chai Sao, guessing hand. Who care? It two people's training, trying to sensitize, right? He do this, I do this. You do this, I do this. But it's only part of the training. At the end of the day, you have to break away, because that's the real free sparring come in. So there are stages of training stages. Do you understand? Okay. So therefore we're exchanging techniques. Yeah. Okay. In a friendly way. But after that, you break it away, really free sparring. Take some punches, take some kicks. You call yourself a martial artist, a martial fighter, and you worry about being kicked and being punched. So have some respect with other, all the non-Chinese martial art, like the boxer. The first thing you go to, they give you two boxers. Get in there, get in the ring. Guts. So guts. Yeah. So this is another point that people are missing. Okay. Yeah. Next picture, please. Okay, then obviously soft side come in. So you got the soft side training and the hard side training. Yes, it is. So if you don't know, well, that's why TaiJiQuan become a big joke. But TaiJiQuan is one of the best fighting systems in China. But why is it today crash into like this? So that's why we have to find out, haven't we? Next picture, please. Okay, then obviously we have to train, the power, now these are external power. Of course, these are external power, because I'm smashing, this heavy block. Okay, yeah. So have you conditioned, all your arm? Look at it's my forearm to crashing it, not my fist. It's my forearm. Look carefully. It's my forearm to making the contact on the block. Okay. So that means you have to train steel jacket. You have the conditioning. Then for a martial artist, you become a martial fighter. The two different things. Yeah. Right. Next picture. Okay. Now, another problem is, right now, training stages. Why is it so important? Because when you're trained by yourself, right, traditional Chinese martial arts, not only external or internal. Okay, yeah, TaiJiQuan or other Quan, it doesn't matter. Chinese martial arts always have forms, Okay, yeah. So why? Because it's very important, because it is the what you call it. The form is actually the seat of the knowledge, and we have knowledge, martial fighting, knowledge. Like I said, a few thousand years passing it down. So therefore, it is very valuable and priceless. Okay, so like somebody said, oh, I found this, I found that. Okay, you found this, you find that. You're a very clever man. Of course, you found something, but it's only one brain, is it? It's only your brain. Does it work? Have you go out there? Have you went out there to cross hand with people yet? Yeah? Have you really, put yourself into a real fight situation using that yet? So all these are a problem, isn't it? But so I would say that why bother find, really screening out, oh God, you draining your brain and to try to, found something which already 5,000 years, right? Failure and, era and trial and era, already all these ancestral fighting knowledge, they come down, right? Filter through, doesn't work, we change, doesn't work, we change, it doesn't work, we change all the way down here. And then you sat right in the middle, and now I said, I found it. Well, what about those guys? A few thousand years. So what, are they not founding? So that's why there are thousands of brain, or even millions of brainwave gone through to be passing down to, as a knowledge. Why can't we just learn it properly instead of, oh, this guy, he's a founder. And then, okay, fine, he's a clever, but it's only one brainwave. Now on this side, millions of brainwaves. So you tell me, who shall I train with? Of course, it's the knowledge of the ancestor. So these are another big problem we got. So the forms are very important. Forms are very important because they're seats of the knowledge. Okay, yeah. Now, also, one time I was confronted by one or two of these non-Chinese martial arts, because when I was teaching, a lot of people come up to me and said, "Hey, Sifu Leung, I really like how you move, right? How you move and things, but I don't want to learn any forms. Can you just teach me how to fight?" And I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "Okay, yeah." So, but I said, I don't know how to teach you if I don't start teaching you the movement. If don't call it form, or just call it movement. Okay, yeah. And then obviously some people doesn't like it at all. It's, oh, it's a waste of time, all this learning, all these forms, and you just like Kung Fu film. Okay, I'm not going to argue with that. You got a point. But this is why a lot of Chinese, now I'm a Chinese, like I said, is my countrymen, a lot of them, right? They've gone through learning too fast, too much. They forgot that practical. You have to really test it out yourself. You're a martial artist. You can do very beautiful things. But are you a martial fighter? Now, this is yin and yang. They got it confused. They don't know. And that's why when they go up, they're crossing hand with other people, completely flawed by people. Okay. So I usually answer the question of these people that they don't want form. So, and I remember one time there was this, at that time it's called kickboxing. Now it's called MMA. Okay, yeah, doesn't matter. It's only a name. Before it was Thai boxing, and the Chinese are the same. We have thousands of years. We just call Kung Fu or martial arts, because at the end of it is four major, shall we say, major teaching or major skills: tap, da, sut, la, tap, kicking, leg work, footwork, because give you distance. The leg is so long. Okay, yeah. So you got that long distance. Da, handwork. So the leg work. That means the guy is so good, they come closer now. You cannot use the leg now. Like I said, when they come closer, you diminish all your kicking. So what happened? You use your hand. Da. Okay. So even closer now. Even closer. So that means like you got hold of you, this and that. So what happened? Throwing techniques. Okay. And then obviously on the floor or even so close, finger work, right? For all the thing, the locking and all this kind of thing. So the Chinese have 5,000 years of record of taekwondo. So look at MMA now. Now these guys are good, man. They're really good. And people are good. Please just say that they're good. Have some respect for people, they work very hard for it. But a lot of these guys, right, they cannot do what other people can do. And, they even jealousy comes in. They start, oh, no, that's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing. Okay, well, how you do it then? So at the end of the day, when you're doing it, you're blinking up and blinking jaws and everything. So is that the big problem? So when people are good, you just say it's good. But also in China, the 1.4 billion people, of course, there are really a lot of good teachers around, but they don't go on televisions and things, because also a lot of the time that now I say it here, professional and amateurs, right? So these guys are professional fighters. Have some respect to them. They train every day. It's their living. Do you know why? Because when you go into the ring, money involved. There's a lot of money involved. Okay. So people actually really work for it because it's part of earning, isn't it? You're making money. What's wrong with that? Okay. But like